Okay, what's good, people? You are welcome to the Sports with Blueprint Afrique. And in case you don't know who I be, they call me the crown king of the fizzy, Mark Swags, party animal number one. So right now, about to get down and dirty with one of the most talked about albums in Nigeria at the moment, the fourth studio album by Falz the Bad Guy, really conscious album. And I will not be doing this alone. I've got some cool pips hanging with me on the spot, and I'll start from my right real quick.
Yo, my name is Mavi. I'm internet manager, music executive, and I do a whole lot of stuff for the people.
The people's guy.
My name is Confirm, I'm a blogger.
Yo, this is DJ Slim V, the magician.
Alright.
About to perform magic.
So it's basically like industry. So it's an industry roundtable. I'm an OAP. He's an artist manager, blogger, and a DJ. So like, where would you better get better reviews? Let's talk about Falz's fourth studio album. All right. So like, this is some artist I really pay a lot of attention to because over the years it's been really impressive. I mean, from his debut album to his last album, the 27 album released in 2017, it was to me one of the best albums out of that year. And it was pretty quiet for Falz in 2018. Yeah. But then he came back 2019 real loud. In 2018, he had the record This Is Nigeria, and that was a monster hit. It was all over the place. It broke a lot of our hearts that it got banned on terrestrial radio and TV because of the content and perhaps the message it was passing. A few people felt like it was against their beliefs. I could relate a little. But then I think Falz the Bad Guy, a lot of artists would lay back and say, okay, they don't want to talk about this stuff and I'll just stay away from it. Let me make my money, I'm good. Because he was already making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he talked about a lot in This Is Nigeria and they banned the record. What he did was make an entire album and gave all those topics a single of their own. And he explained it extensively on this Moral Instructions album. So it's really something that's got my attention. We talked to the guys a lot about it. I'd like to start first with the artwork. That's how I always like to start with my albums. The artwork Falz made on this album was pretty, catchy. It got my attention because it was done by some guy who used to make art illustrations for Fela's albums. Now, that's like major. Like, who does that? Who goes back to look for who was making a Fela album?
Wow.
This guy called Lemmy Garioku made the Moral Instructions album, and there was a lot of moral instructions on this album. True. So what do you guys think? This album meets up to the fans' expectations from Falz from a fourth studio album?
Okay, if I'm going to talk about the album, I was surprised because this is 2019, you are looking at the elections and you're not expecting someone to talk about this close to the elections.
Really?
A whole lot of
it's really
backlash.
sensitive.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
understand.
like
A
a
whole lot
month
of
away.
backlash and all
Come
that.
on.
But Falz, that was exceptional, man. Big kudos to Falz.
I think if there's any right time to drop this kind of album, it should be now.
Yeah.
Before the election.
Yeah.
The right
To raise the dust.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see it coming, but then I felt good when I saw it.
True.
So,
I didn't see it coming. I felt he was going to go back after, like you said, after This Is Nigeria,
Yeah.
with all the attack and everything. I was really surprised. And he was kind of quiet. He did a bit of featurings, but then Falz was really quiet last year. Then to come out with this is a bombshell. This is a whole new level. Like someone like MI tweeted, Falz should be protected because this is crazy.
Yeah, I feel like Falz is like it's a national asset.
Do you get
now.
the guy who speaks for the people? No other person does right now like Falz does.
Yeah, it's a very conscious album. Most of the production on the album was done by Cess. He did a lot of in-house work. There were no major collaborations with other artists. The only artists that featured on this album were Denny V, Cess, and Chills.
Yeah.
Basically artists who are not in the mainstream yet.
Yeah.
So he wasn't trying to get anybody popping on this album. He was just trying to pass a message, and I think he was able to do that. It was a 9-track album. Some of the popular songs off it, Johnny, Hypocrite, Talk, Brothers Keeper, those are like my favorites. But then every song has got a message. And I feel like the last time I had an album that was this comprehensive in Nigeria was in 2007, 2008 when Two-Face released Grass to Grace.
Grass to Grace was
Yeah.
very inspirational.
The last time someone talked about social conscious issues and gave it a lot of detail. I feel like Nigerian artists over time have lost their guts. Like a lot of them are scared of what the people will say, what the government will do. They want to get shows, they want to get endorsements, so they're being really careful.
Get gigs and all.
Even the same Two-Face we are talking about did the same thing. I mean, he said something, he chickened away.
Yeah.
Last time he tried to talk.
The protest.
You get?
at least
I actually had a
I
conversation. I had a conversation with him talking about Two-Face at the time, and he was saying he actually backed out because he was getting a lot of threats from people who were threatening to hurt people that were going to come and protest with him. I don't know how true that is, but that's his version of the story. We're not here for Two-Face today,
Yeah.
right? It's Falz the bad guy. All right, we're talking about this particular album, Moral Instructions. Now, like we said, he's social conscious. He's brought a lot of topics to our light, from political issues to our day-to-day issues, to the issues of internet fraud, to the issues of what's the word? Transactional sex. That was actually trending on Twitter. Like, yo,
This guy talked to everybody.
everybody had
fed
the
those
country.
edges.
It fed those edges. Thank you very much. So the light is like, what exactly was he going for? Was he able to achieve it? And there's always that argument of, has Nigerian music been watered down to just trying to make hit records? And I think that's what Falz has set the record straight with on this one. When we're, before we started recording, there was that question of who took the weed from Fela and who took the mic from him. What would you say Falz took from Fela?
House took everything aside the weed. He took the mic. Personally, I think he took the
You
mic.
think he doesn't
I
smoke?
think he took the weed too.
I'm not saying he didn't, but then he also flaunts it like these other guys. Do you get
Yeah.
someone like Burna Boy and Wizkid? They are claiming Fela.
So
Do
you're
you
trying to
get?
say that Bonner took the weed?
Yeah, I'm not trying to say he took it.
He did take it.
He took the weed.
Just
But,
the weed?
yeah, he just took the weed, and
Just
then
the weed.
the dressing
Lifestyle.
and the lifestyle.
That was the message.
He took the music
Part
too. I
of
think
the lifestyle, not
okay, here's the thing, right? When it comes to taking the mic and taking the weed, it's not as direct as we like to put it. Burna Boy did take the music. Remember when Fela was recording, he recorded a lot of social conscious and political conscious records, but he was also talking, about the women.
Yeah,
He was talking about the lifestyle. He was talking about having a good time too. So Burna Boy chose the part of the mic he wanted to take and
Okay,
left the
okay,
rest.
okay.
But I think Falz took it in the entirety of it. So Burna Boy, Wizkid, these are artists who have properly, channeled Fela in their records, but it's not conscious. It's not conscious. We need people to talk about things that are relatable. Like, I feel like in Nigeria right now, we have a problem. We have what's the word? An urban problem. We have a pop culture problem.
Yeah.
Like drugs is like a norm. In fact, right now, if you don't take drugs, you're not cool.
True.
You know.
That's a problem. People need to talk about that. The politics in the country is messed up. Nobody's talking about it in the music. And right now, the most influential, way to get across to, especially millennials and the young people, is through music and art. So I feel like when you have an artist like this come through with an album like this, he should get some recognition. It broke my heart when the album was released, and it wasn't trending on Twitter because
It was horrible.
10 Years Challenge was trending.
Yeah.
About everything else.
But then I have a very disturbing question here. Do you feel Falz is doing this because he has protection? His dad is a lawyer. His dad is a lawyer.
That's another thing people are saying.
But
They're saying
as far as doing this because he really wants to do it, or because he has protection, because he feels he has protection.
The truth is, he's not the first person to have protection, and I don't think he has that much protection. I feel it's an issue of he is legally grounded. He's a lawyer himself, and he knows what his rights are, and you can't infringe on his rights. He knows how much he can say and get away with it. He knows how much he can say and get into trouble with it. So I felt like when he made This Is Nigeria, and the song, remember when the Moson guys, what's their name? I can't remember what the Muslim organization came and they were saying like the video was speaking up against their beliefs. Falz actually came out with his manager, put on official statements, proving like yo, I know what I did my job right, and you can't tell me to take this off the internet because of what you said. And I think he won that case to a reasonable
they
extent.
threatened to take him to court, and he was like, "Fine, let's go."
He never went to court.
He spoke about it on Talk Now. He
Yeah.
spoke about it on this
Exactly.
album. Yeah, he said they ran.
I think it's because he knows his rights. He's fully grounded in his rights as an
He's
artist.
protected from family.
How protected is
That's
he?
part of it.
His dad is
That's
his son.
part of it.
People feel that means a lot
His dad has done a whole lot
because
of stuff.
that's another thing we are talking about. This Falz thing. You get
That's the reason why he wouldn't even say stuff. Most people who have their parents in politics stay away from it because your dad's. You're probably talking about someone who is your dad's friend. You're probably talking about someone who's done something that your dad's friend was protecting, and now you're talking about it. They want to hush you, but I think Falz had the guts to come out regardless. And as an artist, over the years in his career, I think he's been surviving independently. There's just been very little ties to his background.
Yeah.
I don't think we should play his parent card. I think it's a personal decision. He chose to make a conscious album at the right time for Nigeria, and he did it and did it well. I'm looking forward to see how many of those songs will end up becoming, you know, hit records, get popular, you know, constant rotation on radio and TV.
There are not much. There are not lots of them. There are not lots of them. These kind of albums don't get that kind of reputation. There's no way. Clubs and radios, they will barely play most of them.
I'm on radio.
Aside from Talk, which is kind of commercial because it could be vibe too. Get, and then it still sends the message and all. I think Talk is the only song that has the chance of being a hit song
on radio.
Almost to that trend like 2 weeks and then
I think Hypocrite might do well on radio too. Hypocrite might, but it will not be a radio hit.
Exactly, because Nigerians see the truth.
This is the truth. This is the truth. We know
exactly. Nigerians like to hear the truth, and there's too much truth in it.
Too much. Hypocrite spells out everything. Every line. It sends a message.
So people really be comfortable playing that record on radio.
Yes, no, because you feel guilty. You get there's something you hear. You be like,
this is me. This is me.
You understand?
This is me.
But then, if you're gonna rate this album like over 10, what would you give Falz for this album? In the entirety of the album, like not as a conscious album, as an album, what would you give it over 10, Falz? 10 being a wonderful album, 0 being horrible.
I'll do 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had issues with the mixing and mastering. When it comes to professionalism, I had issues with some of the tracks. When you play them, they are not balanced. Sorry to say, they are not balanced. I have issues. So I felt he put a whole lot of work.
You got any particular track in mind? You feel is imbalanced?
That should be was it Hypocrite? No,
it's not Hypocrite. Is perfect.
I know there's a track.
Either it don't finish or follow. I think
one of them are
follow.
So I feel he put a whole lot of work into the writing and the composure and the organizing, but the technicalities, you know, some of the beats you can't cut them across and say this is a Fela kind of record. This is a record that will be banging in 20 years and the sound will still be authentic.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So when it comes to composure of the sound, the packs used, the instrumentals and all that, it doesn't beat the cut for me. But the message will make you not realize this. You understand? Yeah. So when it comes to the finishing touches and all that, that's why I had to reduce from a 9 to 7.5 because I feel there was not a lot of work put into the finishing. But for the message, I'll give it 9.
I think the album is all about the message. If you take off the message from the album, I don't see what's left.
Yeah.
You understand? The only track I can play all over is Hypocrite. All over.
Yeah. Getting bored, you don't get bored.
So I'll probably go with a 5.
5 over 10.
Woo!
But what's it gonna be for you, Slim V?
I'll do 6. I'll do 6 because he has a point. Okay, but then the message is the message. But how many people are gonna get that message? Do you understand? This is not the kind of song you take to villages and rural areas and then they listen to it. Would they even hear these songs? Why we are talking about this thing is because we're in the industry.
Sure.
You get, if there was a way he commercialized some of these songs in such a way that it's probably danceable, but then it still has the message.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I think it helps go a long way. If you're not on the social media, which we might not want to believe, there are lots of people that are not social medially inclined as we are. Not everybody is on the internet. These guys in the rural areas, they don't know this kind of song is out there. They don't know these things are existing. And trust me, these things we are complaining about, they're not only happening in town. In most of these villages, there are all these wicked uncles that are still doing this stuff that need to hear this kind of thing.
True.
But they can't because they don't have the opportunity to, they don't have the chance to. So that cuts it for me. Assuming he had a way of making it you get
what I felt was going to add a little bit of talking drums, a little bit of saxophone.
So it goes to the Yoruba guys, the local guys, you get cuts across everywhere. You get, it was just the message. So
but then you give me a figure.
6 is good.
6 over 10. I feel like after we're done recording, I wouldn't have a problem with this guy. Anyway, like for me, I felt like it was a genius job done by Cess on the production. Songs like Folo Folo, Finish had wonderful Fela samples in them. I feel like they were able to cut the samples real well and it was clean, it was smooth for me, so big ups. But then the album, like Slim V said, I don't think it cuts across. It's got a great message in it, but it wouldn't get across to as many people as it should. I felt like, here's the thing. I think Falz knew what he was going for. This album is meant for, the woke minds. And that's the thing Nigerian artists need to get, they need to understand. When you make an album, you make a song,
target audience.
Yeah, you should know what your target audience is. You can't reach everybody with every album.
True.
So probably it's not one of those albums trying to reach everybody with.
Okay.
So if I had to write a mail to Falz management, I'd be like, this is a wonderful album. I appreciate your efforts on this, but please, before the end of the year, give us another one with the commercial essence that we know Falz for. But aside from that, as a conscious piece of work, this is genius. Like, I haven't had anything like this in a really long time, so I'd rate it like 8 over 10.
Wow.
And I'm taking the 2 away. Yeah, I'm taking 2 off it because I didn't get the commercial essence.
Okay.
Yeah, but because I'm very drawn to message, and I think music is art, and art is expression, and expression has messages in it, the message means a lot to me. And in an era when we haven't had Nigerian artists give us albums with as good messages as this, we need to encourage, an album like this. So 8 over 10 is for me with Falz the Bad Guy on Moral Instructions. And on this note, we come to a wrap on The Spot by Blueprint of Freak. We call me Mark Swags, the music junkie. Big ups to my guys in the house, Marv, Confirm Slim V. Catch you all next time.
All right. Peace.